He's saying, I've been waiting a long time with Benedict.
Yeah.
Like he was singing his name. Yeah. I didn't
so
let you, oh yeah, I have to let you listen to that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
He goes, he sings it like Benedict. Almost like, you know, like,
very distinctly.
like in Europe, like when they,
Benedict.
yeah, Benedict.
So we definitely know that there was more than just Benedict at Ramanya, that there was definitely a couple more spirits. We also recognized that there was a woman.
Yeah, she came through Ghost Box.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you guys know, this thing never goes off during investigations. It just sits there most of the time, and it's little like beeps here and there. But that night, we were like, every time we were asking
just wouldn't stop
the spirit to go up to it, it just was going crazy.
It was really cool. I think the spirit who was there, Ben, he didn't want us in the kitchen because that's Sarah's place.
So
He was basically
yes.
away.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because every time we were back there in the kitchen, like after a few minutes, a red pod would like go
off.
Like, come over here and see.
Yeah.
Protective of the kitchen area.
He was.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good, yeah.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Because as soon as we all were in the kitchen, like you said, it was like, come over here, you know, come over here.
Yeah.
Even if there was only a couple of us in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time we would ask, do you want to cook with Sarah? It would light up.
All the way. Right?
To
it would
red.
start, yeah. It would go all the way.
But he did tell us that he liked to help Sarah.
Yeah.
That he was there to help her, and that he was, you know, possibly a laborer. The history shows that that area had like farmers and mills, blacksmiths. So, and he gave us an age group, like he was between 18 and 25 years old. But we all kind of like came to the conclusion that he had like maybe a little crush going on Sarah.
One of my EVP says Sarah. I said, you like Sarah? And he said pretty.
Yeah.
He definitely, but Sarah has good energy.
She has great energy.
Attracted to her energy.
Yes, absolutely.
She's very kind and soft, you know, and he picked that, you know.
Yeah.
Accepting of ghost coon.
Yes. And he corrected us a few times. I remember him saying coon through Ghost Box instead of saying Ben.
Yeah.
You know, he
really liked that nickname.
Yeah, he liked that.
Yeah. And
she dubbed him.
Yeah, that was her ghost coon. Yes. Yeah. So a couple other things that we tried that night, and you know, we definitely got some EVPs. We got some really good EVPs. The Ghost Box was definitely a success. He was coming through and telling us a lot of stuff on Ghost Box. I mean, as far as that was like, and he was very interactive with us too, like giving us signals as far as cold spots and you know, little energy drains here and there, and just we all could agree that there was a feeling there that we weren't alone that night, and that he definitely wanted to communicate with us.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. It was really, I think it was a really great and one of the top investigations that we did.
Yeah.
Because he was so friendly and like welcoming.
He was
almost like he was a welcoming ghost.
I think he trusted us because Sarah, of the connection he had made with Sarah.
Right.
So
Yeah,
she
was there.
He trusted us.
Yes, and her being there just definitely made a difference too.
So, Alyssa, you had said that you heard music playing. Describe a little bit about what that was like.
So I was standing right over here counting our register at the end of the night. It was just me and Sarah. She was in the kitchen. And all I heard was like, it sounded like a little jingle, like a ringtone or something. So I glanced up thinking it was like a car in the distance. And something in the back of my head was just like, go. So I turned around and I'm like, Sarah, I just heard music. So Sarah grabs her EVP, runs out here, asking if anyone's here, if they played music in my ear, and we ended the conversation. We play it back, and when she asked the question, all you hear was a male voice say, yes.
So you were present at the investigation. What were your feelings on the whole process?
My feelings at first, they would come out and they're like, oh, you know, they're asking me, is there anything you're worried about? And I was like, I'm worried nothing's going to happen, or that they're going to waste their time, or they're going to tell me it's not haunted. And they're like, don't worry, we have little tricks. We have this ball and it'll give them energy. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I don't really trust it because it could be this or that. But when it was answering all of our questions, and when he referred to himself as Ghost Coon, which I'm pretty sure you would never hear on the radio,
No.
that's when I was like, oh, this is fun, and I was so proud of him. When it happened, I was like, your husband pulled it up, and so I was taking a video of it, and on each video that I recorded, because I was recording the screen, you heard like an EVP on it. The first one, he says, it's coming up in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And like 3 or 4 seconds later, you hear, hi. And then he tried to pull it up again the second time. It was like the second or third time. And then it sounded like he said, our house, like that. And then the third time, the video was longer because it took him a longer time to pick. And you hear Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren.
Lauren. Sorry, I'm so bad. But she was like, still no. And he goes, still no shadow person. And after he says that, you hear shadow person right after it. It was St. Patrick's Day, and I was wearing my special hat, and I was dressed in my green and everything. And so the girl here, she was doing all this work by herself. I came to help, but then I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. So I'm just watching her work and everything. And as we're talking, we heard something over here. It sounded like the ice machine, and there was this drawer, which it's not easy to open.
The night we investigated, we had a laser grid going across this whole wall, and we actually saw a shadow of a man just really fast go across in front of the stove. And that's where, Sarah, you're having.
Yeah, I was standing over here, and then it was right in front of the fridge there with the compressor there, and it looked like there was like a fog, but not quite a fog. And so I was like, oh, I got makeup in my eye. And then Merrick was standing right here, and he put his flashlight. He's like, I caught a mist there. And then after that, I think you were standing around here, and then you could see some of like the green dots go away.
We also had a meter that was sitting on the counter that was going off continuously.
I like cats. I love cats.
I'll hit play. So there's this pot here. It's off, and it's like over a burner away, and you'll see the lid opening up, and then it'll like lift up even more.
Huh. Yeah.
It actually, it's enough to rotate this pot, which is at least 40 yeah.
You look a little startled there.
Well, no, because there was a guy named Ivan who was in the kitchen with me. He's like, I never saw anything. So I was like, Ivan, did you see that? And he literally just walked out.
It definitely work's not boring. When you're here by yourself, I've been sitting here on the phone, all I hear is like knocks behind me. So I just kind of look up, I'm like, all right. There was actually one night when I was leaving, she had left. And normally I said goodnight to him. And I didn't say goodnight that night. And as soon as I stepped out the door, all I heard was a loud knock. And I turned around, I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, goodnight. And I walked out.
Wow. Yeah. We're lucky in that respect that you do have a benign haunting. So that, works. That works in this case. It's generating business, so it's all good stuff. Are you afraid of the activity if you're here alone?
No, I've never been afraid. I was like, oh, he moved a pan. Big deal, I can move it better. In regards to whether I have a feeling of who's haunting the location, I was never sure. We always thought it was a guy, so we called him Ghost Kun, since it's a Japanese restaurant, and kun is like a way of speaking to a male friend. Kind of like they have san for everybody, but kun is only used between guys as friends or for a friend that's a boy. So we always just called him Ghost Kun. They had the group come in one night, and then they picked up the name Ben off of it, but I'm so used to calling him Ghost Kun, that's who he is to me.
Now, 2 investigations with us. What do you want people outside of to know? Like, people that don't believe?
For people who don't believe, I still don't have a problem with that, because even though I see it on camera, and if I pick up like an EVP on a recording, even if I'm not looking for one, you'll hear it pop up. I was like, if they hear this, maybe they will, because we've had a lot of customers come in and they're like, oh no, and then I'll show them footage, and then they'll hear the voices, and now they come in every week, and they're like, anything happened? So I don't blame anybody for being skeptical, and whatever they believe, I don't really care. They can believe whatever they want, but I just want them to see why I think so,
Right.
and hopefully they can respect that.
The experiences my team and I had, and the evidence collected from our investigations, prove that there is indeed a human benign spirit haunting Ramen Ya. We may not know why Ben chooses to stay. The restaurant family has accepted him and enjoy his presence, and sometimes that's all it takes. I must caution anyone who thinks they have a haunting at their home or business, please have a professional team come and evaluate the situation before engaging with any paranormal entity, as not all hauntings are harmless. My name is Rose Porto from Connecticut Spirit Investigators and Researchers, and thank you for watching A Haunting